Get your butts in here.
We're going to use our line attack, use our slow. We're trying to box for this cuckoo. We are solo, so it is our job to try to protect this cuckoo. We use our line attack, we use our heal. We're going to use our slow from our 2. We're able to get the pick onto the Achilles. We do have our ultimate. Let's hope we can get a big ult here. Yes. What do, skibbity boo? It's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Raw as solo. If you are new to the channel, I upload every day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, this game is a little bit of a slow burn, but we do pick things up in mid and late game, so be sure to stick around to see where the damage comes in. Let's go ahead and take a look at Raw's abilities. Raw's 1 is a line attack with extended range. This ability just recently received a buff, moving its power scaling from 90% to 100%. Raw's 2, Raw's going to start emanating light, stacking a slow every 0.5 seconds on enemies near him and twice as fast on enemies facing him. After 2 seconds, the light is going to explode, applying another slow stack and increasing the slow duration. Any enemies facing Raw at the time of the explosion are going to be blind, and when Raw casts this ability, he is immune to slows, which is also a recent change on Raw. Raw's 3, he's going to summon a circle that is going to heal allies, deal damage to enemies, and also increase the power and protection of yourself and allies. Raw's ultimate is a line attack that does a lot of damage. This ability is pretty much like a mini ult. You want to use this bad boy as often as possible. Raw's passive is Speed of Light. Every time Raw uses an ability, he's going to gain a stack of movement speed. He can have up to 3 stacks. It's going to be 6% movement speed per stack, and it has a lifetime of 15 seconds. So let's go ahead and get into the game. So with Raw, we just used an ability, and now we have a circle on our passive. We're going to be 6% faster. Looks like the enemy Achilles peeled back to go for his blue buff. We should be able to hit level 2. We hit 3 archers and 2 melee minions. We're going to cast our 3, use our 1. So right there, if we would have stepped into our 3, we would have gotten some bonus power for our 1.
There goes the first victim.
With our build, we're going to be going into Warrior's Blessing. Pretty standard start for solo lane. And then we are going to be going into the Celestial Night Helm. We're able to get the Totem of Kill. We're just going to peel back. We got our objective. So Achilles has a decent amount of poke in the early game. We're a little bit squishy in the early game, so we got to be kind of careful. We're going to stand in our heal. It's going to allow us to get to level 3. We're going to apply the slow to the Achilles. Use our line attack. We're piecing them up pretty well.
Enemies in the left jungle.
Luckily, he just does not do a whole lot of damage yet. Oh boy, I remember this guy. This guy is very evasive. Anywho, with Raw, generally speaking, if you can cast your abilities while you're inside your 3, you're going to be dealing a little bit more damage. Right now, we have the full 3 stacks on our passive. We have all 3 lights lit up. We're going to cast our 3. We're going to cast our 1. We get him pretty weak. We do not have enough mana for our 2. Totem of Coup just came up. We might get a few pokes on it. So right now, we're winning lane. We're doing a pretty good job getting all the minions, getting some poke onto this Achilles. We are running a little low on mana, so that is going to be a little bit of an issue. Looks like if we are reserving our mana, he's going to be able to outclear us a little bit. So right now we're a little weak. We're in a little bit of trouble. We probably should not have made a play for that Totem of Kill. Luckily, our jungler shows up and is able to get a pick onto the Achilles. This game, I am playing with 2 people from the Discord server, the Kumba and the Erlong. So with Celestial Night Helm, once we get it fully online, it's going to give us 60 power, it's going to give us 40 physical protections, It's going to give us 20 MP5, and every 2 seconds we're going to gain 7 physical protections, max of 5, so an additional 35 physical protections.
Stepping away for a moment. No problem.
This item, whenever it is fully evolved and we have its full passive, we're going to be gaining 60 power and 75 physical protections. It's a decent amount of protections for a hybrid item. And the reason we are going with the hybrid item instead of a Breastplate of Valor or a just physical defensive item is because we want a little bit of power. The cooldown would be nice from Breastplate of Valor, but I feel like it would just put us behind a little too much. We are just running around in our heal. We're pretty weak. We heal up, but he executes us. I guess we took damage from a minion to bring us back below the execution threshold. Rewatching that doesn't make the most sense to me. Since we had enough money for a Celestial Knight Helm, we're just going to go ahead and pick that up before boots. With Raw, he does gain some movement speed from his passive, so I feel like we can kind of get away from not getting boots right away. Getting the Celestial Knight Helm is going to increase our power, and it's going to make us a lot more tanky whenever we're fighting into this Achilles.
On my way.
Achilles is missing. There he is. We're going to use our line attack, fall back a little bit. We're trying to avoid Achilles' abilities right here. We're going to stand in the light, apply some slows. Here comes the Tsukiyomi. We might be in trouble. We are definitely in trouble. To use a line attack, we're going to start trying to wiggle around a little bit. Here comes the Nuwa ultimate. Good gank by the enemy jungler. I got ulted right from the start of that. There was not a whole lot I was going to be able to do to avoid any of that damage. So we are off to a little bit of a rough start. 0-2-1. But we have our Celestial online, so we should be favorable. And when fighting into the Achilles in the 1v1, it's just whenever the jungler shows up that we have some issues. So there's a little bar on Raw's passive that is going down. If you were to cast an ability before it fully goes down, you're going to keep all 3 stacks of the movement speed. Erlong's able to get Totem of Q for the team. The Totem of Q is like getting a blue buff for everybody on, not a blue buff, but a blue potion for everybody on your team. It's going to increase everybody's MP5 for a short duration. It can make a difference if you are in the other lane running out of mana. We are going to pick up our blue buff. We have a decent amount of MP5 coming from our Celestial Knight Helm. MP5 is the rate at which we recover mana every 5 seconds.
You don't need vision.
We're going to use our 2, get a little bit of a slow going. We do have some long cooldowns, but that's alright. We have our ultimate. We could have tried to ult him, but I don't know if we have the damage for that quite yet. We think about rotating mid, but they're kind of rotating towards left, so we're just going to run back towards our lane.
Come on, get your butts in here.
We're going to throw our 3 down, stand inside of it to gain the extra power and protections. Step outside of it to take damage.
An enemy has been slain.
We're going to make a play for the Totem of Q, and then we should be just saving up money for our boots. Ideally, we're going to back while we have the teleport glyph up. The teleport glyph is a very strong relic for a solo lane. It allows you to teleport back to lane without really missing any farm. So if you can clear a wave back and then use the teleport glyph, you should be able to make it back without missing a minion, therefore not missing any farm. If you are fighting into somebody that has a teleport glyph and they keep forcing you back, they are going to outlevel you pretty easily, just because they're going to be able to get back to lane and get the XP a lot faster than you. We're getting some good poke. We use our ultimate, we're able to get some damage off. Unfortunately, it is not quite enough for a kill. Tsukiyomi's here. We're going to start peeling back. We're going to use our 2 in case Tsukiyomi's on us. Get a little bit of a slow, we dodge the Achilles ultimate. Erlong is able to get the pick onto the Achilles. We're going to cast our 3 down, heal up the minions. We're going to make a play, follow the Erlang Shen. Erlang's making a play for the blue. We're definitely going to want to make a play for this. If we can prevent Achilles from getting blue, that should help us out in our lane a little bit. Good rotation from our jungler. So the skin that I'm using is SUN.GOD, and I really like it. I think these themed skins that change color and look kind of techno-y, kind of futuristic, are really cool. Huntbats has one, Shablanka has one, Ra has one.
Come on, get your butts in here.
I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of detail in this skin. The hexagons on the 3, the little hexagons that are floating around him, and then the underground below him that changes color as well. Really like this skin.
Enemy has been slain.
We're going to use our line attack, clean up the wave, and in terms of the leveling order, we're going to want to max out our 1, max out our 3, put points into our ultimate whenever we can, and then max out our 2. Unfortunately, Achilles does not really have a slow, so we don't really get to test out the Node 2, which makes you immune to slows whenever you're casting Node 2.
Oh wow, do I like what I see?
So we are going to pick up the cooldown boots, and then we are going to be going into the Charon's coin. Charon's coin is going to give us 80 power. It's going to give us 20% magical penetration. It's going to give us 7 HP 5 and 20 MP 5. If we get a kill or assist, a coin is going to flip. If it is heads, we are going to gain 7 HP 5. If it is tails, we're going to gain 2% movement speed. You can gain 4 stacks of each of these for a total of 8 stacks. Whenever this item is fully evolved, you're going to gain 80 power. You're going to gain 20% magical penetration. You're going to gain 35 HP 5 and 35 MP 5. And then you're also going to gain 8% movement speed. Whenever you get a kill or an assist on the evolved version of this item, you are going to gain a little bit of movement speed. We should be able to get this tower right here. Once we get the power, that's going to open the map up for us a little bit. We didn't really proxy any waves between their tier 1 and tier 2. But now that they don't have a tower, we should be able to just go and clean up the waves pretty easily.
Come on, get your butts in here.
So Achilles is all the way over in left. I don't think we're going to be able to make it there in time. Our teleport glyph is down. So we're just going to push this tower. We got some good damage. Here comes the SUN'GOD. Looks like his ultimate was just short on that first hit. We cast all 3 of our abilities to gain the full passive speed. And now we're going to just zip on out of here. Looks like he backed up. We're going to go check out their blue. This might be a little bit risky.
Watch your own back. Come on,
Cast our 3. Use our 1. Probably should have held off on the 1 until we were able to secure it with our 1. Still nobody over here, so we're just going to clean up this wave. We are a level 13. Everyone on the enemy team is below 11. So we are really doing a good job at farming up our XP in solo lane. Achilles is still in left. I feel bad, so I'm going to start my rotation.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
Come on, get your butts in here.
We're going to go ahead and clean up the mid wave while we are rotating. And then we're going to rotate all the way over to the left. By the time this fight is over, we might have our teleport glyph and be able to just teleport right back to lane. We saw SUN'GOD was nearby. We're going to try to help our teammates out. Apply a slow, use our ultimate, and we're able to get the pick onto the SUN'GOD. Go ahead and help our team secure the red buff. Looks like the fight dispersed.
Come on, get your
We might be able to make a play for the gold fury. Nope, doesn't look like we're going to make a play for it. I think we could have. I think between the Kumba, Cuckoo, Erlang, and myself, we would have been able to get it.
Come on, get your butts in here.
We're going to cast a 3 for the minions and ourselves. Go ahead and clean up this wave, and then rotate out. We had the wave pushed up to their tier 2 tower, and we were able to actually get their tier 2 tower. So that allowed us a lot of time to rotate. Minions have not even hit our tower in right lane yet. we're going to pick up Charon's coin.
You've only just begun, haven't you?
This is going to make us fast while also giving us some relevant stats. The 20% magical penetration is a very helpful stat. This item does not have a lot of power, but I think that the HP 5, MP 5, and magical penetration make up for it. We get our slow off while standing inside our 3. Now we're kind of just waiting on cooldown. That is an Achilles ultimate. We're going to use our ultimate. Unfortunately, we miss. We missed that ability. We're going to apply a slow. Use our line attack. We should be able to stick to him, and the Erlang Shen is able to get the pick. So now we have the option of pushing mid or rotating right. Nobody's really going to be in right lane, so if we do nothing, the minions should just meet in the middle. Cuckoo is down, so we're going to clean up his wave and then rotate right. We're going to go ahead and clean up the wave, and then make a play for the Totem of Kill.
Your middle tower is under attack.
We are able to secure Totem of Kill. We could look at their blue, but it looks like we're going to rotate mid because the wave's a little far pushed up, and we thought we saw Nuwa a little far pushed up. We don't see anybody in mid, so we're going to start rotating left. Here comes a Tsukiyomi and a Nuwa. This is kind of a bad spot for us. We are going to try to fight into it though. We get a slow off. We're going to use our ultimate, and the Erlang pulls them both out of it. Unfortunate, but we're able to get the pick onto the Tsukiyomi. If we had to choose one, Tsukiyomi is definitely the one that I'd like to get down. Achilles is in right. We're going to pick up the enemy red buff, and then we're going to gank left lane. We think we hear the Nuwa coming. There's a ward. We're going to make a play for this Nuwa. She's able to get the stun. I think she also has popped a Heavenly Wings, so she's moving a lot faster.
You've only just begun, haven't you?
Our Erlang's able to get the pick onto 1. We're going to use our 3, use our 2 for the slow, and use our line attack to just beam up that ruler. We're waiting on cooldown. We only have the 10% from our cooldown boots. That is a Tsukiyomi ultimate. We're going to cast our 2, try to stand in the heal. We get stunned, but we're also standing in the heal, so we are healing up a little bit. Trying to loop around, trying to play it a little safe. Our Cuckoo is able to get the pick. Rama's able to get another pick. That is a good trade in our favor. Gold Fury time. So we're going to kind of zone a little bit, kind of make a play for it. It looks like Tsukiyomi's just focused on wave, so we should be able to just burn this down relatively quickly. Two, and 4. Took me 16 minutes to make up for those 2 deaths, but we are slowly but surely clawing our way back into this game. We're going to rotate all the way. Our minions are pushed up all the way to the Phoenix line, so unless we plan on marching up to their Phoenix, we should just hit this buff and rotate out. Try to help our team elsewhere on the map. We try to pick up blue. You realize we have red for another 15 seconds, which means it's time to go steal the enemy blue. By the time we drop it, we should be able to pick up the blue buff. There is an enemy in mid. We're going to go ahead and back. We pick up the blue buff. We have $3,600, so that is a very pretty penny in the pocket. We are going to go into Warlock Staff.
Oh, wow.
So Warlock Staff, before it is fully evolved, is going to give us 85 magical power. It's going to give us 150 health. It's going to give us 200 mana and 10% magical penetration. This item is going to allow you to stack power and to stack health. Whenever it is fully stacked, you're going to gain 145 magical power, 325 health, 200 mana, and then the 10% magical penetration. We're able to get the pick onto the Uller. We use our ultimate. We get a 664 off onto the Nuwa. That is a pretty chunk. We're going to use our 2, use our 3. That is a Bead and Aegis from the Tsukiyomi. If only we had our ultimate, we cast our line through the wall. Cuckoo also uses his ultimate through the wall. Unfortunately, we don't connect on anybody. We're gonna kind of zone, try to keep their damage away from our damage. If it's just these tanky characters pushing our teammates, that is alright. Get our slow off. Cuckoo is able to get the pick onto the Achilles. Erlong is on the Bacchus. Bacchus uses his jump. He doesn't have a jump, so we should be able to close in on him. We miss our one. We have our ultimate in 5 seconds. I do like that new Tsukiyomi skin. I think that's a good looking skin. We're able to get the tower, use our ultimate, and we're able to pick the Tsukiyomi with the ultimate. We're going to use our line attack. We should be able to push this Phoenix right here. It is just the Uller up, and we have all 4 people here. Thinking about just charging at this Uller. We take a decent amount of damage from the Phoenix, but we also have our Celestial Knight Helm, which is reducing the amount of damage we take from the Phoenix. Structures deal physical damage, so physical protections are going to reduce the amount of damage that you take from structures. They have 3 people right here. We're probably going to need to back it up a little bit.
Gotta be on your toes. You don't need vision.
Retreat.
Cuckoo is able to get an ultimate off that gets somebody within kill threshold. Unfortunately, we are just going to fall back still. Strip away the enemy jungle. Since it is past 15 minutes in the game, we are getting the full amount of gold and XP for destroying the enemy camps. If you try to invade the enemy camps before the 15-minute mark, you gain reduced XP and gold up until the 15-minute mark. So if you hit your red buff, you'll get 100 XP. If you hit the enemy red buff, let's say you get 85% of that XP. After the 15-minute mark, you get 100%, but before that, there is a penalty for invading. And this is for a couple of reasons. Earlier on in Season 7, they really struggled with trying to find ways to prevent people from picking strong early game gods like Hercules and just sitting at the enemy speed buff. If you could just stall the jungler's rotation, you could effectively win the early game for your team. So they tried to fix that. They did a couple of things to try to fix that, one of which was adding this buff, reduce XP and gold before the 15-minute mark. Another thing that they did was the jungle shrine curse, where if you're trying to invade above their jungle shrine, you get reduced speed, reduced power, reduced attack speed. Nuwa is here, but we should be able to just peel out of this. We got the Pyromancer for our team. Pyromancer is going to give everyone a little bit of gold, and whenever we leave Fountain for the next 15 seconds, we're going to have an increased 40% movement speed. We have 7 stacks on our Charon's coin. After going into the Warlock staff, we are going to be going into Doom Orb. Doom Orb is going to give us 145 magical power, which is a decent amount, 200 mana, and 25 MP5 with 6% movement speed. We're going to use our 2, get the slow off, we use our line attack, we chunk, we use our ultimate, we're able to get the pick. We got some good damage onto the Achilles, but we're just going to peel back because we know we don't have kill potential right there. We're going to work on sealing the enemy red buff. We are able to secure that. We're going to pick it up. We're going to re-link up with our team. Use our 2 to get the slow onto the Achilles. Use our line attack. Use our 3, but we're going to have to fall back. That was probably not the best 3. We probably wanted to cast that outside of the tower so we could stand in that. We're going to go ahead and invade the speed buff since we're here. We are able to get the tower in mid. Now we're making the play for Fire Giant. So Doom Orb's passive, killing or assisting an enemy minion provides you with 1 stack, granting 1% movement speed and 4 magical power per stack. Stacks last for 15 seconds and can stack up to 5 times. Enemy gods provide 5 stacks. So if you are able to get a kill onto an enemy god, you're going to gain 5% movement speed and 20 magical power for 15 seconds. This item has a lot of base magical power, so whenever we buy it, we're going to get a bit of a power spike, and then whenever we clear camps and get a pick, we're going to gain increased movement speed. So if you can notice the overall trend in this build, it's a little bit of tank. Oh, we're going to use our ultimate. Bit of a team fight going on. We're going to try to peel through, get close to the enemy team and apply a slow. We're going to use our line attack. Does not connect onto anybody. We're going to use our 3. We are very fast, so we're just going to stick to them. Even though we don't have abilities, we're going to stick to them.
You don't need vision.
Get the slow, we're able to get the pick onto the Bacchus. We're kind of just ignoring this Uller, leaving our team to get him. We're making a play for the Golem. Gets a good stun off. That is a Raw ultimate. Rama ultimate. I am Raw, and I did not ult. Now we are in a bit of a bad spot. Probably way too aggressive on that chase. We're going to cast our heal. Use our slow. Unfortunately, we did not have our ultimate. We probably could have ulted right there. I love that my entire team pushed up past the Phoenix to try to help me. We're going to cast our heal. Use our slow. Get the blind onto the Uller. Use our ultimate, and we're able to get the pick onto the Uller. Some of those snipes just feel so good.
You don't need vision.
We hear Kumba. Kumba's on our team, so no issue there. We probably do not need to be pushing back into this Phoenix right here.
Come on, get your butts in here, baby. Fry.
In fact, this is a terrible idea. We should definitely back. Nuwal's very far pushed up. We are also very far pushed up. We're all by ourselves. We get caught out by multiple people. We could go down right here.
Come on, get your butts in here.
Cast our 3. And we're able to steal the enemy speed buff. We're going to go ahead and pick that up and then back. Tsukiyomi walked right past me and then decided that he did want to fight me. We're going to pick up 2 wards. Then we're going to pick up a... Wow. We just bought a movement speed potion and a power potion instead of selling our starter item. So that was probably a little bit of a misplay. We definitely could upgrade our starter item to something more relevant. Yeah, buying there's no immediate power spike from buying the movement speed potion. Small power spike from the 500 power pot, but I think we would have been better off, gotten a better power spike if we sold our blessing. Left lane has a pretty fat wave, but we need to group with our team before we can push anything.
You don't need vision. Come on, get your butts in here.
So at this point in the game with Raw solo, I'm feeling very large. I'm comfortable fighting into these 2 people under Phoenix line.
Come on, get your butts in here.
Use our line attack. We get some good damage off, but we're not able to get the pick. Nuwa is here. She uses her ultimate. We're going to use our 2, apply slow. She uses her Aegis to avoid my 1 and the Cuckoo ultimate. Achilles is a bit of an issue. We're just gonna stand in our heal. We're gonna use our line attack. Use our slow. We're trying to box for this Cuckoo. We are solo, so it is our job to try to protect this Cuckoo. Use our line attack. Use our heal. We're gonna use our slow from our 2. We're able to get the pick onto the Achilles. We do have our ultimate. Let's hope we can get a big ult here. Yes. Goodbye, Tsukiyomi. We're going to use our 2, use our line attack, and we're able to get some damage off. He's going to jump out, and we should be able to get the Phoenix right here. So the red glow from the minions right there, that is from the Primal Fury. The Primal Fury is going to give everybody some gold. It's going to make it to where your team deals more damage to objectives like Pyromancer and Fire Giant. And then it's also going to increase the power and protections of the minions. We use our line attack. Unfortunately, we do not connect with the Uller. Erlong was able to get the right Phoenix. We're going to go ahead and pull back.
You don't need vision. Come on.
Enemy red buff is up, so we're going to go ahead and take this bad boy. And we're going to go ahead and back. So right now on the map, Gold Fury's down. I believe Fire Giant is up. that is something that we could make a play for as a team.
Time to do some
Our long shin
owning.
was a little
Come
far
on, get
pushed
your
up.
butts in here.
We're going to use all 3 of our abilities for the movement speed. We are zip it. Right now if we cast our 1, we will extend it by another 15 seconds.
Come on, get your
Use our
butts
3,
in here.
it's going to extend it by another 15 seconds.
Hi, baby.
Blind attack, and we're able to clean up the SeanyB. With this build, we are so fast, and whenever we take full advantage of our passive, I don't think anybody can really want to run away from us.
Come on, get your butts in here. Nice.
Oof, oof, almost got him there.
You don't need vision.
So this build, a lot of these items also work with Raw on mid. If we were to go Raw mid, we would not go Celestial Knight Helm first. We would probably be going Charon's Coin or Warlock Staff. Oh no, oh no. We accidentally clicked the wrong relic and tried to teleport out. We used our Aegis, but the new ult is able to get us. A little bit of a misplay. We definitely did not mean to try to teleport in the middle of that fight. So after going into Doom Orb, we're going to be going into Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is going to give us a decent amount of power. It is also going to make it to where whenever we deal damage to an enemy, we're going to remove a percentage of the enemy's health.
They're both gonna need a hospital. An ally has been slain.
This build is not very defensive on the surface, but it has a lot of movement speed and a decent amount of health. So it is going to be pretty hard to lock me down and kill me. The enemy team does not have the most CC.
Yes.
Achilles has a stun, Newell has a stun, SeanyB has a stun, Uller has a stun, Bacchus has a knockup. But like no real slows that I can immune. Well, I can immune to SeanyB stuff.
Come on, get your butts in here. You don't need
Phase 3, physical heavy. I don't think Bacchus is really going to deal a whole lot of damage to us. We do kind of need to watch out for the Newell. Newell is going to chunk us. We're working on the Pyromancer. Hopefully our team can rotate over and we can make a play for the Fire Giant. Right now, at this point in the game,
get your butts in here.
I feel like as a team, we're kind of failing to secure things on the map. We get the Pyromancer, but we could have been making a play for Fire. Gold Fury is up. Their Phoenixes are about to respawn. Ooh, it feels good to just zip around the Conquest map like this. We're going to rotate left. Looks like our team has started the Gold Fury. Now we have, well, we had a 4 stack going on, but some people are backing.
Come on, get your butts in here.
Between the Kumba and myself, I believe that we should be able to take this. So now I should use my 2 to avoid that slow. SeanyB ultimate and a new Oz here. We're gonna get melted. we tried to teleport again instead of using our, well, our Aegis was down. It's not like we would have been able to use it, but pushing the wrong button in the middle of the team fight. So it turns out Kumba and myself could not get it. They're gonna have a 5-man defense and be able to get the 2 of us.
Excellent.
10, 4, and 8. We're doing all right in terms of stat line. So we sold our cooldown boots to pick up Genji's Guard. Genji's Guard is a great pick for a couple of reasons. Genji's Guard is going to replace the 10% cooldown that we were receiving from the boots.
Enemy missing.
Genji's Guard is also going to give us 150 health. It's going to give us 70 magical protections, 40 MP5, and 10% cooldown. Whenever we get damaged by an enemy, we are going to have our cooldowns reduced by 2 seconds. This can only occur once every 15 or 20 seconds. But whenever Nual or Bacchus damages us, we're going to have our ultimates and our cooldowns reduced. We're kind of looping into the back line. We don't know where that Uller went. We're going to turn around, get the slow onto the Achilles, hit him with the line attack. He's going to use his ultimate to ult away. We use our ultimate. It's a swing and a miss.
They were warned.
We have 3 down. We could totally push something right here. We're going to throw up a 3 so our team can heal in it. Although it's really just me healing in it. We are able to get the middle Phoenix. Nual's behind us. We're going to focus on the Titan. Come on, team. We got this. And it looks like we're going to be able to close it out here. Well, if you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.